Hello, class. So, we are continuing with our Texas unit, of course, and today we are going to learn all about our state bird, which is the mockingbird. And we're going to read a book today called Mockingbird Noisy Mimic. Noisy Mimic. So, our author, the person who wrote this book, is Natalie Lunis. And we want to thank our publishers for allowing us to read this story and learn all about our state bird, the mockingbird. Righty. Singing in spring. Early on a spring morning, a mockingbird sits high up on a tree branch. It lifts its head, opens its beak, and starts to sing loudly. So, this is his beak. It's like a bird's mouth. And he opens his beak and starts to sing loudly. Unlike other birds, however, it does not sing just one kind of song. It can mimic or copy, so mimic means to copy, the songs of more than 30 other birds. It can even mimic the sounds of barking dogs, chirping crickets, and car alarms. Wow, that is awesome. This bird can mimic so many things. So he can copy, if a dog is barking, he can copy and make his singing sound like the barking dog. The mockingbird's name comes from its special talent. At one time, mock meant to say the same meant the same thing as to mimic. So if you're mocking someone or mimicking someone, it just means you're copying off of them. So if I say hello, you'll say hello. If I say how's your day, you'd say how's your day. Because you're copying off of me, you're mimicking me just like a mockingbird. You're mocking me. A double message. The noisy singer on the tree branch is a male mockingbird. So male means like a boy mockingbird. This little gray bird keeps on singing as he flies from tree branch to a rooftop to the top of a telephone pole. These spots mark the outer edges of the mockingbird's territory. The male's loud, long-lasting song warns other males to stay out of this area. At the same time, it tells females, which are like the girl birds or the woman birds, it tells females that he is ready to attract a mate and start a family there. When a male mockingbird is looking for a mate in the spring or summer, he often sings all day. Sometimes he sings all night too. The perfect home. Mockingbirds live in some parts of Canada and Mexico. So that's all in North America, which is the continent we live in. So up here is Canada, and below the United States where we live is Mexico. And in most parts of the United States. So it's located in Canada, the United States, and Mexico, all over North America. And it's our Texas state bird. Most often, they live near people. Their favorite homes are backyards and parks that have grassy areas as well as trees and shrubs. So, one day you may just walk outside and see a mockingbird right in your backyard or front yard or in your neighborhood or at the park, just anywhere because they love being around grassy areas and people. The mockingbird is the state bird of 5 U.S. states. So, in our country, there are 5 different states that have the mockingbird as their state bird, and we are one of them as Texas. There's also Arkansas, Florida, Mississippi, and Tennessee. Finding a mate. When a female or a lady mockingbird hears a male or a man singing day after day, she knows that he will be a good mate. His loud, strong voice tells her that he has found a good area for building a nest. It also tells her that he is ready to defend his territory against other males. So it tells her that he's going to protect her and he's going to protect when they have babies and going to make sure that nothing happens in their area. The female does not communicate with the male by singing back, however. So she doesn't talk to him by singing back. I wonder how she talks to him. Instead, two mockingbirds that have paired up check in with each other by making soft, short hoo hoo sounds. Female mockingbirds are able to sing their own songs and imitate other birds. However, they do so during the fall and winter when they spend time on their own. So in the spring and summer, when they're with their mate, the female mockingbirds don't sing too much. They may just make soft, short hoo hoo sounds. Building a nest. Once two mockingbirds become mates, they start to build a nest together in a tree or a shrub. So her and her mate built a nest in their tree. The male uses twigs, which are like sticks, to make a cup-shaped outer layer. So a cup-shaped outer layer. Gonna make a little cup so that way the eggs can stay in, the birds can stay in, and nothing can fall out. The female uses pieces of grass and leaves to make a soft inner layer. So inside is really soft so that they can be really comfortable, and the outside is full of twigs to keep things out of it. Then she lays from 3 to 6 small eggs inside the nest. So then the female bird or the ladybird lays eggs in the nest. And this is what they grab off of tree branches or off the ground. These are twigs that they use to build the outside of the nest. And this is the adult mockingbird in the nest. So she's laying on her eggs or resting. Mockingbirds usually build their nest from 3 to 10 feet off the ground, lower than the nest of many other kinds of birds. So when you see those tall, tall, tall trees, the mockingbirds probably won't be all the way at the top. They're going to be about 3 to 10 feet high. So some people can probably jump and touch their nest because they're not as high as other birds. Defending the nest. So defending the nest means you have to protect that nest, right? Because that's like their home. So both the male and female mockingbirds fiercely defend their nests. They chase away owls, crows, and hawks through the air. So this is how much bigger a crow is than a mockingbird, and they still chase them away. They are not afraid of them because they have to protect their home. All these large birds hunt for eggs and baby birds to eat. So these birds like the crows and owls and hawks, they all hunt for smaller birds and baby birds to eat. And that's why they have to protect their nest because they have to make sure that their family and babies are safe. The mockingbirds also swoop down and attack cats, snakes, squirrels, and any other animal that might try to sneak into the nest from below. It looks like he's even trying to attack this poor lady because she may have been walking by their nest and he may have thought that she was trying to do something to harm their babies. Often, mockingbirds attack more than just the enemies that eat their eggs or babies. They also go after people and dogs that get too close to their nest. So make sure that we don't get too close to birds' nests because the parents are very protective of their babies. Baby birds. The eggs in a mockingbird's nest hatch about 12 days after they are laid. At first, the babies cannot see and are unable to fly. Their parents take turns finding insects and berries for them to eat. When the adult comes back with the food, the baby birds make peeping sounds and open their mouths wide. Then the parent drops the food in. So this is the parent feeding the little baby birds. During the night, a mother mockingbird stays in the nest with her babies to keep them warm. Growing up fast. So it only takes them 12 days to hatch. And then baby mockingbirds grow so fast. About 12 days after they hatch, they are able to see and fly. So when they're first born, they can't see well and they can't fly. They would fall right out the tree if they tried to fly. But after 12 days, then they can see and fly. They are still not ready to live on their own, though. For about another 3 weeks, they still need to be fed by their parents. All day long, they follow the adults around and make peeping sounds to ask for food. In warmer places, a pair of mockingbirds may raise up to 4 sets of babies each spring and summer. As soon as one set of eggs hatches, the male starts building a new nest. Listening and learning. As a mockingbird grows up, it listens and learns. The songs that come from the adults around it becomes its first songs. Then, when it's older, it finds a territory of its own and it keeps on learning new songs and new sounds. For the rest of its life, the little gray bird keeps listening and singing, filling the air with the songs of many different birds. An adult mockingbird is 9 to 11 inches. So that's about there to there. And it's about 9 to 11 inches long, including its long tail. So all the way from here to here. When it flies, it shows two large white patches that are on the underside of the wing. So these are the two white patches it has. So when you see a bird flying, if you want to know if it's a mockingbird, look for those white patches under his wing. Sound check. Mockingbirds can use their voices in two different ways. They can sing songs and they can make short sounds known as calls. So, songs are made up of groups of sounds that form patterns. Like other songbirds, mockingbirds sing mainly for two reasons: to attract mates and to tell other birds that they are ready to protect their territories. The calls are much shorter than songs. They're usually made up of a single sound or just a few sounds. Like the calls of other birds, mocking calls have specific uses and meanings. Here are most important ones. So, a call of a soft hoo hoo could be used for just checking in with a mate. A harsh hoo hoo could mean chasing enemies or other mockingbirds away. And a warning sound is a warning sound that enemies are in the nest area. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this story and learned all about the mockingbird, our state bird of Texas. And I will see you next time.